Live from Baltimore, it's the Kava. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another Kava video review. Tonight, I'm going to be jumping in real deep and doing a review of the Kava roots, Papua New Guinea, or Papua New Guinea, depending on who you ask. But Papua New Guinea is one of the biggest countries in the South Pacific. It's part of Melanesia, but it's too big to really be considered a South Pacific island type country, a mountainous, big, dense jungle island full of really fascinating cultures that have a lot of diversity, a lot of linguistic and cultural diversity. A place I've always wanted to visit, and a place that's very popular amongst anthropologists for its cultural diversity, especially the concentration of so many different cultures within one island, and some outlying islands. It kind of spills over into the Solomon Islands and Vanuatu, so there is a connection, a cultural connection, beginning in Papua New Guinea and going out into Melanesia. And Melanesia, the term itself refers to melanin because the people who inhabit Papua New Guinea are very dark in complexion, just like the Solomon Islands, just like Vanuatu, just like native Fijians. So Kava is theorized to have originated from Papua New Guinea. Some really good varieties have come out of Papua New Guinea over the years, like cognac, which was a really precious Kava that we had on the market for a while. They got kind of driven out during some of the controversy. But some of these Kavas are beginning to come back, which is a great thing for farmers in Papua New Guinea. As the Kava market liberalizes in the United States, we will see more Kava coming from Papua New Guinea now that some of the fears are being dismissed as bogus. About the dangers of a certain class of drinkable 2 days. This is a 2-day. The Papua New Guinea Kava from Root of Happiness is a 2-day, and I believe it's proudly a 2-day. You can see that it's already open. I've tried this, and what I will say is that when you drink this, you're done for the day. That's kind of just something you're going to want to remember when you go into a session with this stuff. But it doesn't really carry over to the next day for me. I'll if I drink it in the early afternoon or the early evening, such as right now, it's about 5. I'll be fine. As a matter of fact, I drank a bunch of this on Sunday, woke up the next day, and wrote an entire proposal. Had really, I'd say, almost increased levels of concentration. So, just a note on 2-day, there are some kinds of wild Kavas amongst this continuum of, noble, highly domesticated, highly selected for Kava, the really clean varieties you find in places like Tonga, Fiji, Hawaii. And then you have wild Kavas that are in the wild and aren't typically consumed, and they're not planted and propagated the same way that most Kavas are cropped. But Isa is a Kava in Hawaii that people plant by hand. They take the cuttings and they plant that and they cultivate it. There are different types of 2-day that in Vanuatu and Papua New Guinea and other areas are propagated through cuttings, consumed, preferred, chosen by the drinkers who drink them, and they don't have that sickening effect that there's so much, kind of pan banging about around, people talking about drinking Kava that makes them feel sick for 3 days. yes, that kava does exist. And no, this is not that kava. This is a 2-day that is consumed by humans in Papua New Guinea, and can be consumed by any kava drinker in the United States without these tragic side effects that people clamor on about. So there is a continuum of consumable kava to non-consumable kava, and this definitely falls within the continuum of consumable kava. So all right, I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna let you know what it tastes like. It tastes like pine sol. It's very strong, grassy, piney flavored, and that should not come as a surprise. In fact, if you get a 2-day that doesn't taste that way, you're probably not getting your money's worth, because 2-day actually tends to be a little bit more expensive these days because of less of a demand for it. All right, so that's what a tanoa full of Papua New Guinea kava looks like. The kava, you can't really tell from the video, but the kava itself has a much thinner, clear, more transparent hue to it. It's not as thick as most kavas. Definitely mirrors the really piney, pine-solly taste that you get from it. So, all right, I'm gonna jump right in then. All right, so with no further ado, I'm about to jump into the Issa zone here, and it's gonna get nutty. It's gonna get crazy. So there it is. Like I said before, that really thin, piney 2-day kava that the reefer madness folks have you running away from. It's about to go down the Kava Sewer's hatch, and there's no looking back, folks. It all begins right now. Woo! Oh, that's piney. Woo, that's piney. There's nothing. Here's the thing about 2-day kava is it has such a peculiar taste, and when I drink kava that other people have called 2-day, that's noble, this is really strong noble kava, I just want to give those people some of this Issa so that they know that this is actually what it tastes like. You would know whether that was mixed in, and boy, it washes over you quick. All right, I'll get back to you in a few minutes.
Don't give me that much credit.
All right. Well, the session has been crashed by Chugs.
Yeah.
He's dipped into the Tanoa here. I'm absolutely lit. I started drinking this stuff like an hour ago, and the first shells that I drank are kind of just starting to reach their full potency, full effect, and it's a very, I can really feel it in my eyes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, like it's very, very stony.
Yeah, I was just talking about this with Douglas before we threw the camera on, but I had tried this kava a few days ago after I was drinking some other kava, I believe a Tongan or something. No, we were drinking Fijian. We were drinking like a Waka or something. We started drinking this. And today, I haven't had any kava, and now I've had about 2 or 3 shells of this Papua New Guinea, and it is a totally different animal. It feels a lot more subtle because it's kind of feels like it's coming out from. It starts at my extremities, and it sort of creeps in. Where like with the Wakas and more noble kavas, it seems like it kind of starts at my head and kind of radiates out.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Oh, whoops. I guess not safe for work episode of the Kava Sewer here.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's really wild stuff. It's yeah, I mean, it's everything that I hoped for, and having had it on Sunday. On Monday, I went to work and I wrote a proposal. so it didn't really have any next day effects.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of afterglow.
Sure.
The next day, but not any of these kind of nightmare scenarios that you hear about on the interwebs.
No, it's fine. I mean, but we drank it in the early evening and went to bed on time. It's not like I
Right.
stayed up till 4 a.m. drinking this stuff and then had to get up at 6.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea. That would be a bad idea.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think every case is different. I think whenever I have a heavy night of kava, and I guess you can say especially with the longer chain kavas like the Isas and stuff, I wake up and feel like I really need to stretch more. I feel tired.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know why that is.
You want a scoop?
Most definitely.
All right.
Nice.
So I mean, it's an amazing kava. You should all try it. It's really
It's
kind
a
of
lovely kava.
a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. Well, we'll see. It's becoming more common. So, Bula.
Bula.
Taste the pine sol.
Oh yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a lot different from the noble kavas that everybody pushes, but I mean, it comes in the small half-pound bags. I'd say get it, try it, and if it's not your thing, no one's pushing it on you.
That's the thing. For $28, for this, it's to me, it's a really good deal because you don't really need that much of it, to be honest, like to feel it, and like if you can take 4 tablespoons and like get like a good kava session, that's a pretty good that's a pretty good deal because like normally 6 to 8 tablespoons for me of kava kind of puts me where I want to be, but I can't really see myself drinking any more than I already have of this tonight.
I would definitely say you end up drinking less of this stuff versus more conventional noble kavas like wakas and stuff.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chugs, but but when you drink these kavas that people talk about being adulterated with 2 day, doesn't this have an extremely unique flavor?
Yes.
That tastes like nothing that you've ever had in a noble kava before.
It's really extremely piney.
Very piney, yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it other than piney. People have said it smells kind of like mulch, or even looks like mulch.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks woodier sometimes.
I'm thinking that I'm going to become more concerned that my Isa is going to be adulterated with noble. That's kind of that's my somebody's gonna have to start certifying this stuff because I want to make sure I'm getting 100% 2 day when I buy 2 day. I don't know if you sympathize with that statement, but that's kind of how.
I want to get I want honest labels.
Honest, yes. Yes. And I think we all agree on honest labeling. Yeah.
I think charged words like 2 day sometimes aren't even the truth. Like I don't know. Okay, Papua New Guinea, I guess you can call that 2 day, but with the Hawaiian Isa, is a Hawaiian Isa a 2 day?
I think that I think it is.
It is. Defined by.
It's a type of 2 day. Yeah.
Vanuatu.
Yeah.
I thought they were all referring to Vanuatu kavas. I don't know. Forget what I thought.
2 days is a Bislama word.
Right.
It refers to 2 days. Anyways, you can see where this stuff takes you, right? Like we're obviously in this zone here. So I think I'm going to end the video there and let you digest that. And I would encourage you all to just try this once. If you get sick, I'm not going to pay your medical bills.
Yeah.
That's a joke. You're not going to get sick. That's the point of that joke. All right, Bula, everyone. Catch you next time. Support the Kava website. I just put up a fundraiser post. And I'd like to get my website fully funded for the next year. So thank you all for watching, and catch you next time.